some more rants today. This first one is, probably shoot myself in the foot, but here we go. YouTube adverts. There's nothing worse than clicking on a video and getting a fucking advert instead. And I never know when it'll happen, of course, until I'm actually seeing red. And then I just sit there fuming, waiting for the skip link to appear. So it's a bloody good job then that there aren't any sharp objects near. And I know that 5 measly seconds doesn't seem like a good reason to flip, but it's still time I fucking wasted when I could have been watching my clip. And it may not be 5 seconds, of course, as it could be 30 seconds or more, which is when I go searching for another video, because I easily bore. Security lights. Now, I know they serve an important purpose, and I don't want to sound like a putz, but when it comes to external security lights, they just drive me fucking nuts. And before you think I'm crazy and just quietly scoff, I'm talking about the motion-activated ones, which never seem to turn off. And my neighbour's got one of these, of course, and it burns very bright, and that's through most of the day, and then the bloody night. And it's like having a sodding lighthouse stuck right outside my room, and even a set of heavy curtains can't guarantee me some gloom. And things have gotten so bad lately that I'm considering taking some action, though you'll probably think that my plan is a bit of an overreaction. So I'm considering shooting it with my air rifle, as it never seems to fail. But then, knowing my terrible luck, I'd end up in fucking jail. Parking spaces. I could complain about the cost of using car parks, but this isn't the time or the place. And besides, I'd much rather bitch about not being able to find a fucking space. And I end up driving around in bloody circles, at a more and more furious pace, praying I'll be the one to find an empty spot in an ever-diminishing race. And why does everyone always rush into town at the same fucking time as me? Couldn't they all just wait an extra hour before starting their shopping spree? And I just want to get my hair cut and maybe pop into the bank, and I hardly ever use the whole hour either, which is another thing that's wank. So why can't they create a fairer system where we only pay for the time we actually use, as people would relinquish their spaces much sooner once they'd finished shopping for shoes? But they want to get value for money though, so they use the whole sodding hour, which is why I can never find a free space, and the parking experience makes me so bloody sour. And lastly for today, the shitty shoe. Now, it obviously goes without saying that this is an unpleasant event, and one I'm sure we all take steps to hopefully prevent. But in spite of our best efforts though, we still occasionally run afoul, and there's nothing like getting a shitty shoe to generate a very livid skull. And this happens to me more often than I'd actually like to admit, as the canal bank I walk along is practically covered in dog shit. And the stuff even hides under leaves, like it's wearing a disguise, just waiting for me to step in it and get that fucking shitty surprise. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the wee bell notification. And a huge big thank you to all my subscribers, patrons and members. See you next week. Bye bye.